Hey everybody, today we're along the AT in southern Pennsylvania, not far from the Mason-Dixon line. We're at the Antietam Shelter. Now this is one of the last remaining original shelters that were built for the AT. And we're going to tell you more about it in just a minute. Stay tuned to the video, so as you come through this area, this may be a great location for you to head in for a resupply. And I'm going to tell you about more of the offerings as we go deeper into the video. But for now, let's take a look at the historic Antietam Shelter. Now it is currently January 2019, and we do want to send a shout out to all of our hikers who are already on trail. Some of the crazy folks who started even on January 1st from Approach Trail. So we're loving all those vlogs. We wish everybody great safety, and we encourage you to stop by the Antietam Shelter as you make your way into this area. Now, as I mentioned, Antietam Shelter, I've read online where it's actually the last remaining original shelter. I'm not sure if that's true. But I do know for sure it is one of the last remaining original shelters. If you have any additional information, feel free to share that in the comments below. Sadly, this shelter has already been slated for dismantling. And the intention is to dismantle it and reassemble it at Cohen's Gap State Park, which is also here in Pennsylvania. So the shelter simply won't be destroyed, it'll be dismantled and relocated. And 1.2 miles north of this shelter, we do have the Tumbling Run shelters. Two of the most amazing shelters that you're going to find all along the AT in Pennsylvania. This shelter was built in 1940 by the CCC, the Conservation Corps of Engineers, and the shelter is 79 years old. Can you just imagine Grandma Gatewood and Earl Schaefer coming through this location on their hikes? Think about all the people who have come to this site and spend time in this shelter. Can you just imagine all the positive vibes and energy coming from this site? Definitely worth stopping in to sign a log, have lunch, enjoy the beautiful view of the water. This is water that you can simply filter and use yourself. Or, in just a moment, I'm going to tell you about a freshwater source that is simply 0.1 north of the shelter. Take a moment here to give everybody a full 360 of the shelter. When you're coming through the area, again, stop, sign the log, get some cool photographs of this piece of history. But it is still standing, still serving the Appalachian Trail community. Take a quick look inside. This would easily sleep comfortably 4 people, I would say up to 6 people. There are a few hooks in here to hang some things. Of course, sign the log while you're here. Got a fire ring. I stacked up the wood and everything there to kind of let it dry a little bit. And this shelter is monitored by the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club. And although there's not an official keeper or overseer of the shelter, I like to stop through and clean things up, pack out some garbage, sweep things up. I'll be taking that broom with me before it ends up in the fireplace. This area also has plenty of room for tenting in this area. And I'm going to expand a little bit further out from this, and I'm going to show you some other cool tent site areas. This is one of the tenting areas close to the Antietam Shelter. There's a place for some seating. It does have a fire pit, and if you look straight out through the woods right out there, you can see the Antietam Shelter. When you're coming through this area again, when it's growed up and it's at when spring hits here, you're going to have to look a little bit for the Antietam Shelter. So it's going to be real easy to pass by, but stop in, sign the log. Here's a shot of the AT heading southbound. As you come into this area, you can see how the water, the stream, splits into two. We're literally on an island right now. And again, it offers some spectacular tent camping with the sound of those streams. Another shot of Antietam Shelter there in the distance. And again, we've had lots of rainfall. This area has been known to dry up during dry seasons, heading northbound right now. into an area that I will refer to as an open area. We'll call it a logging road. The privy in this area, it's been here for a very long time. I want to show you where it's at. As you can see, we have a bit of a logging road, if you will, access road. Actually, I think that this is a pipeline, if I'm not mistaken. Take you over here real quick to the privy area. And I will be honest, this is a very old privy, and I'm going to advise against that, and I'm going to show you an ideal place, 0.1 north of the beautiful little park, real close to the Antietam Shelter area. Another shot of Antietam Shelter, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to make our way 0.1 north to a fresh water supply, and you will find that listed in your AWOL guide, Gut Hooks guide, and take a little stroll here together as we are coming up to another pretty awesome little tenting area. This has come about maybe over the last 2 years or so, and it kind of splits off to the right here, and somebody spent a little time here with some down logs, nice little fire pit. And in this area, a little bit of snow on the ground right now, you're only going to realistically find maybe 4 or 5 nice flat tent spots in this area, but a pretty cool little fire ring area here just off the trail. Can't imagine what some of the 2019 class of 2019 is encountering right now, and hopefully I'm not going to kill myself coming down here. Right now we're just heading simply 0.1 north into an area that is known as Old Forge Park. Some of the locals refer to it as Old Forge Park, and you will hear some locals refer to it as the area of Camp Penn. A few quick steps this way just to give you an idea. Most of this footage coming from Antietam is unedited, so it is literally, look at this. This is absolutely an ice rink. I almost killed myself coming in here. A lot of folks on trail already. Some may call you crazy. I'll call you determined. And best of luck to you. Here we are coming up on a turn for the AT. If you're reading your Gut Hook guide, you're going to hear a lot, or occasionally, about this fresh water supply here being turned off. I think a lot of people make the mistake of not turning the handle far enough. I'll show you. Give it a couple of turns. You might think it's not on. Got to give it a few extra cranks here, several extra cranks, and you got fresh water. This is city water, and this is available year-round. You don't have to worry about filtering this. Right here is a split in a trail. As we just came from that direction right there, from Antietam Shelter, we are coming into the area of what is known as Old Forge Park. Trail makes a right turn, and about 1.1 north you will find the Tumbling Run shelters. And if you're coming southbound, you probably stayed there last night or stopped in, but if you're heading this direction, Sobo, make sure you stop there and sign a log at Antietam. So let's take a little bit closer look at Old Forge Park. Coming off trail right down over the hill, these are the privies that are going to interest you. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. These are open year round. Hoping that the light adjusts a little bit in here. Nothing fancy. No running water, no electrical outlets. Typically toilet paper here. This is Old Forge Park, and some refer to it as Camp Penn because there is a historic camp right there across the road that is called Camp Penn. This is Old Forge Road that goes right through here. A great place if you're standing out along the road, you put your thumb out. I can assure you that you're going to get a ride probably within 10 minutes or less, and you could head into the resupply area that I'm going to talk about now. One of the reasons I recommend this area to head in town for resupply, you're going to be heading into the Waynesboro, Pennsylvania area, not Waynesboro, Virginia. And you know, often confused, but there is a Waynesboro, Pennsylvania that is also a trail community. Now, Old Forge Road is right behind me. Antietam Shelter is 0.1 miles in. If you go a little bit further north, you're going to find the Tumbling Run shelters. Old Forge Road goes up a little bit, the AT crosses, and only 0.3 miles in to the Tumbling Run shelters. That's how close you are to the road. So if you're hiking, you spent the day out in the trail, you want to get in town, you want to resupply, you want to get back out, take a few steps and get in, be comfortable for the evening, or perhaps first thing you do in the morning when you wake up. That's why I'm going to recommend this, because some of the other shelters in this area are a few miles in from the road. So this may be a quick and easy resource for you to head into town. Let's go do that now. Here we are at the entrance to Old Forge Park. This is Old Forge Road right here, Camp Penn, and our resupply area, Waynesboro. The area we're going to be going into is technically Rouserville. It's a 7-minute drive that way. As you head into the Waynesboro area, and also known as technically the Rouserville area, where we are right now, right in behind Walmart, you will find a fantastic hotel that you may want to consider staying at. Cobblestone Hotel and Suites. I've just talked with the manager, Janet, and they do offer a 20% off discount to Appalachian Trail hikers who come through. I just took a quick look at the hotel. They offer laundering availability. They have coin-operated laundry. There's a pool. There's a small fitness center. Breakfast is on board for the following morning. They even have a little small shop in there, kind of like a general store with some basic items that you might need. If you ask real nice, you might be able to find out some information on how they can get you back up to the trail. So a beautiful little hotel right here. Technically it is Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Some call it Rouserville. A series of small communities that are kind of strung together within just a few miles. I've also learned that Janet and her daughter, Janet the manager, they are trail angels. So I can assure you when you head into this hotel, they're going to take care of everybody who stops in for a visit off the AT, and apparently there is a hiker box as well. And right over there is Walmart, and everything that I'm about to show you is within walking distance of each other. So let's head over to Walmart and take a look. We'll tell you more about what that area offers you. Here is the area of our Walmart. It is not considered a Walmart supercenter, although it does offer full grocery. Awesome place to get resupplied. I would say medium-sized Walmart, one of the nicest Walmarts in the entire area. Pan over here to the right a little bit. If you've read any information online about the Chinese buffet out here, Old City Buffet, it is closed. It exists. You need some phone services. Over on this end, there is a Verizon wireless dealer who can address some of your phone issues. Right over in this area, we do have an Applebee's restaurant. And just across the street here, we do have a BB&T bank. And of course, you will find an ATM in that area. Right across from the area of Walmart, we also have a Lowe's. And opposite Lowe's to those trees right over there, if you have come into the Maryland, Pennsylvania area, you're learning about the convenience store Sheetz. Good stuff right there within walking distance right across the way. And of course, you have to take the roadway to get over to that area. Just around the corner, we do have another ATM. And in this little strip mall, I'd like to point out we do have a Goodwill store. And I've pulled some great treasures out of the Goodwill store. You will find some gear that you may want to ditch. You're about to the halfway point here on the AT, so great place to stop in to get some cheap clothing if you need to get some other items. You'll find a lot of fitness gear in there, and jackets, fleece tops. I've pulled so many wonderful things out of there. Panning on to the right, we do have a Dollar General in the mall. There is an AT&T authorized dealer. There's a Cleaners. We have a Puff and Snuff, that is. It's a smoke shop, and they do carry a limited supply of fine cigars. It's a cool little shop. You need some supplies in there. China Maple is still open if you would like to have some Chinese food. There is JP Nails, Cricket Wireless, And I also want to mention Cafe del Sol, one of our personal favorites to stop in. They got some great salads, great paninis, and some other great food. If you're taking a look into your AWOL guide or gut hooks, you may see mention of Food Lion or a Shop and Save. That no longer exists. Those facilities are closed. All the places I've been showing you have been within walking distance of the hotel, Walmarts. Here is Kentucky Fried Chicken. And over here to my left, you will find an awesome little convenience store. It's AC&T. They have fantastic fried chicken there. In fact, I would prefer that over the Colonel's. You will also find a Subway sandwich shop in there. They do have other great food, the Subway, fried chicken, some other items, and they do have a beer cave now. So some of the Pennsylvania convenience stores are starting to carry alcohol. There's no spirits, but you can find beer and wine coolers in that facility there. Looking past, heading up the road, you will find into the town of Rouserville, probably about a half-a-mile walk from here, you will find a post office, and you will find Blondie's, another good restaurant. You may want to catch a ride up there, but if you're sending any supplies in this area, you'll find the Rouserville post office. So that's pretty much it for this area. As you're in this area, you're probably going to find some folks who've been on trail before or love the day hike, and they may say hello to you. If you're catching a ride back up the road, just want to confirm that you're going to ask to be taken back up to the Old Forge area, Camp Penn area. There's several places where the trail intersects in the Waynesboro community. So if you're picking up a ride and somebody says, hey, you want to get back up on the mountain, make sure you tell them you're heading up to the Old Forge Park, the Camp Penn area. So that's it for this video, talking about the Antietam Shelter and beyond. There's plenty of other places if you want to get a ride into Waynesboro area, but that covers a lot of resupply areas right here within the area of the Walmart that you can enjoy. So we want to wish everybody in 2019 great luck on the trail. Sorry about the truck. And look forward to more videos in the future. Please like and subscribe, and I may expand upon this video and give a more overall view of the trail town of Waynesboro, Pennsylvania. Good luck, everybody.